Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to my next episode playing the TekTopia mod. I am Mar, and today I want to do a little bit of rearranging of our mine shafts here. Now, if you remember, we have the town hall directly that way, and we're actually quite a distance from it. We're probably not too far from the village border if we went that direction. So obviously we wouldn't want to go that direction, so I was going to have them go this way, perpendicular to the town hall, which is fine. Both mine shafts can essentially go half the distance, like, of the entire diameter of the village. But I was also thinking maybe it'd be a better idea if instead of setting them this way, that we build little hallways and then send them back that way, basically going underneath up here. Because they should have enough headroom, because this layer here is the one that would be the highest that they'd modify, and that's like one or two below, you know, the floor level here. So in theory, it should be fine, and they shouldn't have any problems with that. And what that would accomplish is that they'd get further distance to mine before they reach a village border, because this way they would go half the distance length before they hit a village border. But if they go this way, first they have to get to the town hall, which is quite a ways that way, and then they have to go half the distance beyond that. So we gain a lot of extra space if we turn them around. If we just do it like a 90-degree switcheroo with these on both sides and send them off that way. And I think that should work. It does mean I'll have to change the layout here of the main room here, but I think that'll be fine. So what I want to do is I want to do that. I'll probably quickly do that off camera, since, I mean, it's already built. You guys know what it looks like. I'll just quickly make that change. And then something else I want to do is start making use, or trying to get the rest of our villagers in. We need 12 more villagers, 6 miners, a chef, an enchanter, blacksmith, cleric, and 2 butchers. I've got some hearts here, not all of the ones that we would need, but most of them. So let's go ahead and put these guys in. It'll get us almost all the way there. So here's you, and you, you, and you. 2 more here. And then half of the ones that we're going to need over here. So 1, 2, and 3. Everybody take beds, please. Yes? Most of them should be going to bed. It looks like those... Oops, I forgot to put windows right here. Oops. Okay, hang on a second. I'm assuming that... I mean, they're all counting as valid structures, so the game must be intuitively separating them out so that they're not, you know, considered the same bedroom. Now, those kids are probably heading off to get food, which is fine. They can do that, but I'm going to put in some glass right there. Now, there weren't any other windows I missed, is there? Looks pretty okay. How about over here? Nope, I think this is pretty good. Okay, so this must have been the only ones I missed. So 3 of the kids decided, well, 3 of them I spawned in here, so they claimed those beds. And then, yes, all of these beds are claimed. So once the kids come back from the storage, they should all go to bed because it is bedtime. See, here they come. There's just one more. There she is. Here she comes too. So we need to get 3 more villagers, which is fine. I can do that pretty much at any time. I just need to get 3 more hearts. And these villagers are producing a good amount of hearts on a relatively steady basis. And then we just have to wait for the children to grow up. Now, while we are working, you know what? How about this? How about we work on the mineshaft together on camera? Because there's actually something that I wanted to talk about. So first, let's get some resources. We'll just grab some generic resources that we've been using pretty routinely here. Get a bunch of that. I don't know how much I'll need. Probably not nearly this much, but I'll get it anyway. Is there anything else we're gonna need? I don't know. We have our crafting bench in case, or we have our ender chest in case we need a crafting bench. I can't remember if I left one down here or not, but I don't think so. Alright, so let's see here. I think what I'll want to do is maybe dig it this way. I'll take those and those. I want to leave this post here. That will become, basically, so we have this arch here. I'll have this here basically be this here. So I'll just build the arch right in here, those blocks there that I just dug out, and I'll continue that pattern on. And I think that this is probably a pretty good width up to this wall here, because that's pretty much, I mean, we have a 4 wide here to accommodate the size of the stairs. We could easily do like a 3 wide or something over here. It's not that important what the dimensions are, just so long it's big enough that they don't get crowded and whatnot. So what I wanted to discuss on camera with y'all is some planning that Gru and I did together, mostly in a spreadsheet. So I'm going to have to actually pull that spreadsheet up here in a moment so that I can read things off from it. And it's essentially about our Four Corners project, because we still want to do it. We're determined to try and figure out a way to get it to work, even though we did discover that it's not going to be quite the way we thought it would be. You know, we've got a few problems that we're going to have to work out, which is fine. You know, we'll figure something out. But yeah, so essentially what we did is we sat down and we examined the prices of villager tokens, the prices of structure tokens, and then determined how many villagers of each type we wanted for each village. Okay, so I've got the spreadsheet up on my other camera, or on my other computer. Now, it's a lot, okay? It's a lot. I'm gonna stop moving here on the one game so I can control my other mouse. The grand total of villagers that we determined we would need is 352. 352 villagers. That's a lot of villagers. I mean, I know it's essentially going to be 4... Ooh, I'll take that. I mean, I don't necessarily need it, but I'll take it anyway. That's a lot of villagers, even considering it's essentially 4 villages, you know, the 4 corners. That still seems like a lot of villagers when you stop and think about it. You know, it's almost like, oh no, not the gravel again. Oh, okay, fine. It's a lot of villagers. It's definitely going to be expensive to get all of them, which is part of what we were doing. We wanted to try and figure out how much it was going to cost us, because, you know, it's important to be able to know what emerald costs we're going to need to have in advance. What we don't want to do is start working on the village without being prepared. And when we say prepared, we're really talking about the cost of tokens. As we all, you know by now in the series and from having played on our own, you know, like in your own worlds and whatnot, the prices of tokens go up. The more you buy, the more expensive things get. And the more things you buy on like day one, the better prices you can get for those items. So ideally, what we would want to do, I forgot, I need 3 shafts on the side, and I'm gonna have to push this even further. Rats. So what we need to do is try and buy as many as we can day one to get those really good prices. And in order to do that, we need to know how many tokens that we're going to end up using. So that's what all the math was about. So let me take a moment. We're going to pause building here just so that I can read off the prices that we're looking at. So the tokens of the housing. Oh my word, it's going to be ridiculous. Let's see. Let me get on my spreadsheet here. We are going to need, let's see, a lot. If I'm remembering correctly, it's going to be about 2,000 emeralds just for the housing tokens and about 2,000 more emeralds for the villager tokens. We're going to have grand total, we're going to have 4 bards, 8 blacksmiths, 20 butchers, 24 chefs, 13 clerics, 51 druids, 2 enchanters, 84 farmers, 43 foresters, 40 guards, 36 miners, 23 ranchers, and 4 teachers. Like, that's a lot of villagers, you know? That is a crazy amount of villagers. And, you know, it's going to be expensive. All of those houses that they're going to live in, the housing cost alone is going to be nuts. And it's going to be scattered throughout the villages. So we're going to have a ranching village, we're going to have a mining village, a forest, like a lumberjack, a logging camp type village, and also a farming village. And it kind of makes sense. You know, the farming village is going to have the most farmers, the ranching village is going to have the most ranchers, all that sort of stuff. So it's going to be a lot of tokens that we're going to need right up front. So that's basically the math that we were figuring out. And if I remember correctly, when I did the math, it'll be about 6 or 7. I think it was more like 7 stacks of emerald blocks. That's what we're going to need in order to pay for everything. And that's nuts. That's a nuts amount of emeralds. Now, Gru already has about 3 stacks. I've got half a stack right now. So we're going to have to do a lot of trading before we can start doing that project. So essentially what we're going to be working on, what I'm going to be working on anyway, off camera, when I'm not actively working over here, is I'm going to be doing a lot of trading with my merchant here, with my merchant at the other village, trying to get all of those emeralds. So that's what we're going to be working on off camera. I don't know exactly when we'll be starting the Four Corners project, probably pretty soon here, but first we have to get the emeralds that we want and come to a point where we think we're more or less done, for now anyway, with our current villages. So for me, it means that I need to get the rest of my villagers, give them their jobs, and this village will more or less be finished. So let me finish updating the mineshaft here, and I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, we may have had a Mar casualty as I went up there to put the gravel back in. They nabbed me, and yeah, I died. At least they only had 20 levels, so it's not that important. But anyway, the mine shafts are in place, going the direction that I think will be better for them, hopefully anyway. It's always hard to tell, as always, you know. Yes, they are active. Okay, so let's run up here. It's only been like a single day, I think. So the children are most definitely still children down here, but ooh, I knew I heard a heart pinging away somewhere. Where is the heart though? I mean, oh, it's in here. I was like, it shouldn't be down there with the other kids. There we go. We can just go ahead and use this like immediately, since we do still need more children. We need 2 more children, and those will be the last villagers for this village anyway. And then any additional hearts we get here, as well as, you know, back at the other base, of course, will be used for the Four Corners, if and when we get there. Not if, we will, I promise. So it's when we get there, and it might be pretty soon. So let me give these villagers a little time. I'm gonna wait a couple in-game days. I'll just do some trading during the daytime and just putter around and do little odds and ends, as we wait for these villagers to grow up. Ooh, I've got a nomad, and he's actually pretty smart. Let's make him be, how about a cleric? Go around and bless people. How about that? Where'd you go? Come back here. Stop it. Right there. Go be a cleric. Cast bless, cast heal, yes. Go forth and do good things. That'll save us a villager that we now won't need to wait to grow up. I believe they're all still children, though I bet they're all probably in school right now. I've just been doing some maintenance underneath the floor down below because, you know, over here we had the gardens, so we had all the dirt and everything, and I wanted to cover that up. Over here we only had a little dirt underneath the sheep, but I still wanted it to look pretty uniform from the underside. Though I did need to come up here and grab some dark prismarine and a few sea lanterns. Let me show you why. Down here, we've got this section over here that's underneath the farms, and we've got like the sea lantern and dark prismarine border, which is also the border above, because this is literally just 1 block thick. And then we've got all this normal prismarine underneath as a giant slab. Over here, we didn't have that, so it looked kind of icky. So I fixed that, so it looks the same. It's just this section here is underneath the wall of the butcher shop, so you couldn't actually see this from above. And when I was down here, I realized that, yeah, I do kind of still need to do that so that it looks right from the underside as well. Looks like it's finally time to put some of these villagers to work. I had to go and get more dark prismarine from the Guardian farm, though, because I ran out. In fact, we're more or less out of it over there as well. We're getting in the shards, well, not the shards, but you know, well, yeah, I guess it is the shards because it's the crystals that are the ones that are used to make the sea lanterns. So we're getting in the shards and crystals for that matter. But we're kind of out of the ink sac, so we definitely need to get some more of those. But anyway, let's grab some of these. And I did get another heart, so all of the beds are claimed and all that fun stuff. Probably not all of them are grown up yet, but a fair few of them should be. So let's see, who do we want to start with? How about another chef? You can do all the meats, you can do potatoes, you can make cake and sugar, so you can make cake. You cannot smelt charcoal. And don't make wooden bowls either. That's a waste of resources. I suppose at that point, I mean, we don't have a whole lot left. Blacksmith doesn't make sense until we get miners. Let's just do the last of the non-miner types. So you can be a butcher. Don't craft armor. You can make yourself a wooden axe. Butcher animals, retrieve animals. Yes, all of that's good. And I guess you could be my other butcher. So again, don't craft any of that stuff, but you can do everything else. Now for an enchanter, mostly just so that they can make books and whatnot, and paper, I suppose. Are you having problems there? You seem to be stuck in your bed. Here, let me help you out. Here you go. Come on. Come on. Come on, girl. You're not letting me move you for some reason. Here you go. Get along. Honestly. Okay, where's the heart that's making sound? Over here? Excellent. Hello? There it is. First one that we'll save from this village anyway for the four corners, since everything else we've gotten here has been used here. Now I know I had more nitwits than that, surely, right? That was only a couple. How many kids do we have up here? Well, 6 kids. Let's see, we've got... Alright, so we have 8 tokens left, so somewhere there either has to be 2 more kids or 2 nitwits. I suppose they could have been downstairs. Here we go, here's one. You will be my enchanter. Craft book, craft paper. Don't enchant anything, please. Well, I guess I'll take that back for a few of these, but let me quickly grab those off. So you can enchant diamond axes, diamond pickaxes, and I guess that's probably it. Well, do we want to bother enchanting iron stuff? Maybe? I mean, she will need to get experience. We're not going to be making any armor. I mean, I guess she can enchant whatever she wants, I suppose. They won't be wearing any of this. And I'm not going to bother making a leather stuff, I think. At least not for now. Right now, I want all the leather being made to make books. I think that'll be a little better. So yeah, she can do that stuff. And now, where did that other nitwit go? He was down here. I think he pushed past and walked up here. Hello? Nitwit, where you go? Where you be? Hello? Let's see. Keep an eye out for the... Aha. There he is. And let's try not to hit anybody else. There. Blacksmith. Not that he's going to have any job whatsoever. Alright, you can make a few buckets. I'm going to have to tell him to stop making buckets at some point. He can make some shears. Do not smelt charcoal. I think he can pretty much do everything else. Though, until we get these guys in, he's going to have a very boring life, I suppose. Another thing we can work on while we wait for villagers to grow up is doing a little bit of interior decoration. I kind of thought this would be sort of a neat idea to do, just to kind of make this place feel a little bit more homely, I suppose. If I can pull it off anyway. I'm gonna need some dirt. Where's my dirt? Here's my dirt. I'm gonna need some saplings. I guess I have a lot of oak, so we'll just do that. I don't have very many bones on hand, though. I think I've got some more bone meal in here somewhere, though, just in case. Let's see here. Well, there's some more bones. I still don't see my bone meal. I'm quite certain I had some bone meal in here somewheres. Maybe not. Maybe not. I might have to go back and get some. I could have sworn. Am I just being blind here? I feel as though I had, like, a fair amount of bone blocks. Maybe I used them all up doing some other things. Oh, I bet I know. I bet I used them all up using them on the fields over here. Is that another... I hear another heart. Yes, please. Thank you for your contribution. It's also daytime, so I should be getting the merchants in here pretty soon. Now, I want to add in some decorative trees. Now, the problem here... Ooh, and I got more more nitwits all grown up. In fact, let's go ahead and do that really fast here. I think I put them... Yeah, I just stashed them in there. So, miner, go. Do not make charcoal torches. You can make coal torches and wooden pickaxes. Do not smelt charcoal. Okay, and next miner... Let's see here. Next miner, there we go. Hello, you hold still. Go, and do not do anything charcoal related. It's a waste of my wood. You, same thing. Where do you think you're going? Alright, go do some mining. I need 2 more. 2 more. Do I have any kids up here still? Not so as you'd notice. I mean, there could still be a child running around. Oh, there they are. 2 children. Alright, so they will be a little bit longer before I get my last miners. But anyway, what I want to do is I want to plant some trees. Now, the trick is this is the same floor that is the ceiling down here. Portion of it is still only 1 block thick. What I can do is what I'm considering doing anyway is kind of replicating the pattern here. So as you can see, like here, we've got 3 ribbons of sorts. Like, we've got the one that makes the corner, and that tree just grew up on top of me. Thank you very much. So we've got one that makes the corner, and one that makes the corner, and then one like that goes down the middle. It's kind of hard to tell on this side because, well, it's kind of hard to tell all over the place because of all the trees. So right here, so you see this makes a corner, and then this kind of goes around all of it. What I could do is make another corner inside here, a rectangle within this larger ribbon of sorts, and then cover that up with more prismarine as I did on this side. You can see I have another layer of prismarine right there. And I could do that in this section, just like I did in all the corners, and just like I did over on this side where the staircase is. I know it's so hard. You know what? It's so hard. Game mode, spectator. It's so hard to tell when we've got all these trees growing on top of us. So we've got this section here. This is a corner, that's corner, that's corner, and over there's a corner. I've already done this one here. Essentially, we would do the same thing, where we do the same basic thing we do on this side, we do on this side. Kind of a bit of a mirror image, though obviously not as large, because this is a much thinner, this is only 6 blocks wide, whereas this is like, what, 15 or 20 or whatever it is. So then I would do this same thing here, minus the stairs. I would do it over here, over there, and maybe even in the middle, I'm not sure. And then just have these almost like lanes or ribbons or whatever you would want to call them of the alternating dark prismarine and sea lanterns going between the sections. And anywhere that we have this area here, we wouldn't be able to put any trees here because then you'd be able to see the dirt from this side. But anywhere we have this stuff, we could put trees, which is why I want to add it in the middle here, like all along here and over here as well. So that's kind of what I'm thinking of doing. So let me work on this a little bit and see what I can come up with. Come back here, Nitwit. Where'd you just disappear to? Did you just go in here? Nope. I saw a Nitwit. Aha. Whoop, whoop. Hello. Did I click on the wrong person? Come back here, you. Hold it. Everybody out of the way. And Miner. Go. No more charcoal nonsense. We have one child still roaming around, so we just have to wait for her to grow up, and then we are all done getting the villagers up and running. And I'm curious to see. I haven't actually come down here while these guys have been mining. Oh, well, I mean, they're doing pretty good. They're getting a pretty good distance on the tunnels that they have been working on. I do need the druids to come down here eventually. I guess I should probably get the druids, like, maybe at the next night I should switch some of them over to redoing the mine shafts. They're not going to get really high grade quality things right now. I don't actually know what tier my druids are up to right now. They've only been working on trees and where are you? Where are you that's doing that? Hello? Trees and I have no idea where that villager is that just grew that stuff, but probably you. Hold still. 28. See, it's pretty low level druid, so they won't be able to get diamonds and stuff in here, I don't think. But at least they can refill the tunnels so that these guys don't run out of mining space. And that'll be relatively important. So I'll probably do that at the next night when they're all in bed so I can figure out exactly how many I need to be doing the mining. In other news, I've kind of turned this area into a little garden-y sort of spot. I've decided to put down a lot of grass, just trying to break up some of the maybe not monotony, but maybe also just a little bit of monotony that is going on with all the prismarine. So I've got this spot here that's going to be grass. I'm still waiting for all of the grass to spread. I've got this little area here. I won't be able to fit a tree here. There's not enough room, but I still want a little bit of that for variety. I've got some along here. Probably no trees, but I could put down like flowers and grass and bushes and stuff like that. I still have to do this section here as well. This one, of course, has the storage sitting on top of it, so I won't be able to do anything like that inside. But I will probably still want to make it look the same, like uniform from the underside down here. By that, I mean, you know, adding in the prismarine and all of that. But let me go ahead and wait for that last child to grow up, and then we can probably just wrap up the episode. There she is. Last nitwit, come and take your job. There we go. And I actually forgot. I got so wrapped up in my decorating that I forgot to even look at the druids and change their tasks. I'll still have to do that, I suppose. What do you got? Lapis. I think I maybe brought some lapis from the other base. Maybe some redstone. Lapis, redstone. eggs have terrible trade price, but I'm tempted to do them anyway. I mean, it's only 5 emeralds, but I mean, what else am I going to do with all of those silly eggs? So, not looking, try not to look, try not to look. Lapis and redstone. Ores. Okay, nothing in here. Hello, lapis, redstone, lapis, redstone. Okay, I don't think I brought any with me from the other base. That's fine. All right, now to take a look at what I have done. It's a little bit different, so brace yourself. I kind of went ham with this. I went so ham, I even added a mushroom tree back there. So I brought over, I was like, well, I brought over some mushrooms. I was like, well, I was thinking I wanted to get some of these blocks into the floor plat, or like the path palette or whatever. It's not even really a path, to be honest. So I brought over some mushrooms, grew them, and I knew I needed to have podzol in order to grow them. So I brought over some of that, did some of this, and then I was like, you know what? I could put mushrooms down. But then I was like, but then they're going to spread on their own, and then you're going to end up with them, like, I don't know. Do mushroom trees grow on their own? Like, if you leave them on their own? Or do you have to force grow them with bone meal? I'm not sure. But I decided, you know what? It's not terribly looking having a mushroom in here. So I decided to add this one right there. And I tried to grow one over here as well, but it apparently won't fit in here. So I guess I'll have to go without one. At least I tried that one and it wouldn't fit. I assume the other one wouldn't fit as well. But I think I'm pretty happy with how this looks. I just have to basically replicate this general concept over here once I finish working on it. And then I guess as far as decoration is concerned, the base is kind of finished. I mean, I do still have this going on. I mixed in some coarse dirt. The normal dirt is still working on growing. I think that's normal dirt, yeah. So I still need to wait for this to finish up before I come over. I'm going to add in some podzol, some of that, some flowers and grass and maybe some bushes and whatnot. But yeah, so I definitely like how this is coming along as far as how it looks, and I definitely want to play more with this general theme later down the road. I think that's a really cool design. One I've seen and used before, like I believe Stina's base had a lot of those, of course. That was back in, what was it, season 3? That was a long time ago. But I still remember how much she did. I think she did like these blocks here with what is it, an end rod to make kind of like mini mushroom trees, I suppose, and that's always cool. And I think I saw a design similar to that in season 4 on the Wells Night server. So yeah, there's a lot of options here that we have available to us, and I like playing around with them. So I think I'm going to go ahead and leave the episode here. I'm going to keep on trying to get emeralds. I'm going to keep on trying to decorate this place up a little bit and take a look at those druids. I see you over there walking away from me. It is almost nighttime, so now's probably a good time to do that. But I'm going to get them, make sure that some of them are working on the mines, and I think maybe not. I don't know if next episode we'll start working on the 4 corners. It kind of depends on how Gru's feeling about his base. Until you're ready, I'm just going to be doing small things like this, decorating places. To be honest, our main base could use this sort of effect, like, really badly. It could definitely take advantage of that. In fact, this stuff here with the podzol, the coarse dirt, the grass and normal dirt, I suppose, and the what is this stuff that I'm standing on? The mushroom blocks and stuff, as well as I think Stina used, and I really liked it, jungle planks also looked pretty good in this mix. I could use this as the path design in our actual village, and then use like bushes and stuff like that, and maybe more mushroom trees and whatnot for design. I think that would look really cool. So I'm just going to kind of like brainstorm things like that, little things like that to keep us busy until Gru's ready to start on the 4 corners. And then as soon as he is, and as soon as I am, that's what we're going to do. And it will take quite a bit of planning. I'll try not to have to miss any episodes, but we do have to plan out some of the more technical aspects in a creative world before we try to do this. This is going to be a very technical build, trying to get those 4 villages to line up just perfectly, and then kind of like come up with a gameplay strategy sort of plan thing. That was a really weird way to phrase that, but I hope you're excited. I'm excited. I hope you keep on coming back for more, but until next time, I hope you have a fantastic time, and I will see you later. Bye!